The Gulf is an exciting area. We're really looking forward to the activity and the growth and everything that's going on in the Gulf area. And of course that's led by the polyethylene plants and what's happening from a manufacturing perspective in the area. Of course we also have the imports of feeding the population and also clothing and things that come in from Asia. But for Sealand, it's all Latin American activities, primarily agricultural goods coming into the ports of Houston, coming into Freeport, and to New Orleans and Mobile. So the trend right now for the Gulf area is tremendous growth. So what we're most concerned about, or what we're looking at for the most part, is how do we keep the flow of the cargo moving? So it's getting empty equipment into the region, getting enough capacity into the region, and to be able to handle the significant growth that's coming down the line over the next 2 to 3, even 4 years coming forward. The population growth in the Houston area is expected to grow from 6 million people today to 9 million people within 15 years. So that compounded growth over time is going to create some bottlenecks unless some things are done quickly to get infrastructure in place to handle it. There's a tremendous amount of investment by the Exxon Mobils, the CP Chems, the Lyondell's in polyethylene plants in the region. So just ExxonMobil has over $20 billion of capital allocated for the next 3 years. So the growth in manufacturing and using the cheap fuel sources of the area, it's going to explode. The idea here is to time a new service in with the growth that's taking place in the polyethylene fields, but also to provide our customers in Latin America product into the Gulf that they can feed the agricultural products and apparel and some of the auto type business that they feed into the Gulf region. So now we have a new product that we're putting in place. The first vessel's coming in this week. It's a 3-vessel service. It's covering Houston, New Orleans, and then down into Honduras, which gets you into Nicaragua and El Salvador, as well as Guatemala. And then the service goes down to Panama and Cartagena, Colombia, which are big domestic locations, but also hub area for the Maersk services and for Sealand services throughout Latin America, also Asia and Europe and the Med. So we can feed cargo in from any direction, from any location, into these hubs and get it up into the Gulf in a very fast and also efficient manner. It's the growth in the region. We're getting to a point where we don't have the infrastructure ourselves as Sealand to provide the capacity and the equipment that the customers need. So we've been getting a lot of push from the customer base, and we decided to go forward with a new service to provide that capacity and the equipment into the region. It's primarily happening here in the Gulf. It's the polyethylene plants that are going in place. So just CP Chem, they have a second facility that's up and running now. These are billion-dollar investments that they're making, and once they go online, they're producing, so you can't stop the production. They produce and they have to move the cargo. So if you don't have the capacity or the equipment in place, then you're going to have a bottleneck, and the customers are not going to be. They're going to be looking for outlets, one way or another. I think the trade that is currently taking place is really difficult to change. So it'll be interesting to see how these negotiations go, what exactly is done, but there's a huge amount of investment into Mexico for manufacturing, and it complements what we're doing in the U.S. So when you look at the U.S. production and the Mexican production, there's different types of vehicles or different types of products that are made that complement each other. So just look at agricultural goods, avocados. They're grown in California. They're also grown in Mexico, and they counter each other's seasons so that when California slows down, Mexico can supplement that.